is Jenny. I'm an occupational therapy student intern here at Joy Laughter Developmental Therapy. And so here at JLD, we are an outpatient pediatric clinic, and we're here to help families support their children and being able to, reach their developmental milestones and help them in any skill areas that they may have deficits or may have struggles or challenges in. And so today I wanted to share this video with you guys to talk about the approach that we have here at JLD. And so we use a client-centered, play-based approach. And so I wanted to share about why it's so much more than just play. In our sessions, you might see your child pretending to be a pilot or a chef, balancing on a balance beam, or creating an obstacle course. And so while it might not look like traditional therapy, know that every activity we've chosen has been intentionally selected to target your child's specific skills and goals. And additionally, research from the American Academy of Pediatrics emphasizes just how important play is and how it's not just for fun. It actually helps the development of your healthy brain development. It helps with problem solving and for learning new skills that last over time. So reason number one, motivation makes learning stick. So when a child's having fun, their brain releases a chemical called dopamine, and that's related to motivation and to memory. And that means they're more likely to engage in challenging tasks, to be able to repeat them, and to be able to build skills that last over time. So for example, let's say a kid needs to be able to strengthen their hand or finger muscles for writing. So what we may do instead is we have the approach of giving them some Play-Doh. Maybe we'll ask them to shape and mold some cookies, or we'll give them some tweezers to pick up some toy animals. And so these activities are targeting the same exact skills they would need, but we're not doing a traditional therapy approach where we're just having them do hand exercises. We're making it fun for them and engaging in the most natural and engaging way possible. And so I've actually worked with many clients who will ask and request me to play the same activities and games that we've done in previous sections because they're so motivated by the fun of it that they don't mind the challenge, especially when the activities get a little bit harder. And so because they are so motivated by the play, we're able to keep practicing these skills over time. Reason number two, play builds skills without pressure. So play gives kids a very safe space and a low pressure environment in order to practice some skills. So for example, you may see some of our kids who are swinging on some of our gym equipment, jumping on trampolines, or crawling through tunnels. And what that might look like to you is just them playing around. What we're actually targeting is we're targeting sensory processing and self-regulation. And these movement activities really help our children to be able to regulate their bodies, calm their nervous system down, and for them to be able to attend to different tasks that we need them to do later in the session. Additionally, maybe you might see your kids playing a game of Uno with a therapist or with another peer in the gym. And it's not just Uno, it's not just Connect Four. What we're trying to target here is social emotional skills. I want our kids to be able to learn how to share toys, how to turn take, how to be flexible because games don't always go the way we expect them to. And then we also want to be able to see how well they can tolerate frustration because, we all know that we always want to win a game, but that's not how it always happens, right? And so you may see us playing these different activities and know that we're targeting very specific things as we're doing them. Additionally, it's nice because there's going to be so many moments where, kids will make mistakes. They may fail at certain things, but because we offer this comfortable, low pressure environment where there's no, consequences if they, necessarily fail, that they're able to be more successful and that they're more motivated to continue to practice these skills. Because it feels like play, kids are more likely to engage in the task than they would if it were a very structured, just adult-led demand. And additionally, this approach that we have is just generally more inclusive for our children because yes, we're giving them work to do, but we're masking it as play. And that way they don't feel like they're doing work and that we're demanding things out of them. So if you want to try this strategy at home, something that you can do is whenever you want your child to work on a specific skill. So let's say you want them to work on their fine motor skills because maybe they may have hand fatigue when they're running for a long period of time, or they may just struggle with handwriting in general. Something you can do is give them some fun activities to do at home. So for example, you can get tweezers and you can get a tennis ball, cut it open, make a cute little fun face out of it, and have them squeeze a tennis ball, and you can use the tweezers to pick up pom-poms or maybe mini erasers, and they can put them in the tennis ball. And the way that you make this fun is, one, you offer toys, you offer options around the house that you may have lying around. You don't need to buy anything. You can always be creative and just use what you have at home. And also, don't ask them to do it themselves, play with them. Because when you do an activity with them, it doesn't feel like they're just doing a chore or a demand you place on them. It feels like, oh, wow, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, they want to play with me too, and we're doing it together. So it feels more engaging and that you're meeting them at their level. So, reason number 3, kids learn more when they're having fun. So studies show that children learn best when activities are meaningful and enjoyable. So in fact, research in early childhood education shows that play-based interventions lead to improvements in problem solving, attention span, and adaptability. And these are all key skills that we need for long-term success. And so in our sessions, that might look like turning an attention and memory task into a fun team builder scavenger hunt where we may give the kids directions and clues that they need to follow through with. And while they're doing this activity, they're working on their communication with their peer to be able to designate roles like, oh, you find the red ball and I'm going to find the green ball. Or we could be just working on our attention in general or working memory. What were the directions? What were the clues that my therapist just gave me? What do I have to look for? Being able to remember that and keep that in their brain. And additionally, it also works on just general cooperation and flexibility in play because, things don't always go as they seem, as I mentioned before. Maybe they're looking for something and they don't have it. So what's the next thing that they're going to look for? They have to problem solve through these activities. So when you come to JLD and you see your kid pretending to be a pilot on an airplane, if you see them building a tower or zooming across the room, know that we're targeting critical developmental skills in our sessions and that we have the family's best interest in mind, and we're always targeting and thinking about what is the best fit for our client. So at Joy Laughter Developmental Therapy, we really believe that learning happens best when joy leads the way. So we're really looking forward to seeing you come to JLD if you want to see how our play-based approach may best fit your child's needs and how it would help develop their growth. So if you are interested, check out our website, our Instagram page, or come visit us here at JLD.